Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zach, your commissioner for off-season doubles in the PBL. I'm going to be on this YouTube channel talking every week about our weekly matchups and how things go. But I will not be alone. I have a co-analyst in Dan. Welcome, Dan.
Analyst in very heavy parentheses. Let's be real here. Hello.
In heavy parentheses, but you will be my analyst for this offseason. You are my fellow non-participant in the season,
Yes.
so you are what's available, basically.
The best of what's left. So that's what this is.
But
This makes a lot more sense now.
But the people do like to hear your opinions. So
Yes.
it's also good.
Yes.
And you could probably tell by the laughter that we have a guest on with us this week. It's Raul as our first week's guest.
Hello, everybody, and wow, what a introduction!
Yeah,
What a start.
Raul is a participant, and he is coach of the Alvine City Ampharos. Every week, Dan and I are going to have a different guest. I'm going to try with how the weeks work. There is an opportunity to get every guest on once if they want to be on. So that's the goal. But I'm going to try to not waste a bunch of people's times with this. We're going to get right into some matchups, start with our opinions. So heading over to our weekly battles, we can see right now we have the Lake of Rage. I think it's the ungodly Quillfishes, but that is ungodly long, and I'm not putting all that up there. Versus the Mahogany Town Dracovish. This is Ian versus Greg. Would either of you like to start with your opinions on either of these teams?
Let me just say I am afraid of that G-Darm already.
Since you brought up the Darmanitan, I do want to mention this is already week 0 draft change. Dan is familiar with week 0 draft changes.
Hell yeah.
Greg has dropped Porygon 2 for Galarian Darmanitan, and he has dropped Trevenant for Aromatisse. We're recording this a bit in advance, so this hasn't been officially announced yet, but this video should be up after they are officially announced. So Greg has already used 2 of his 5 trades for the season.
Which is no surprise coming from Greg. He loves trading things whenever he has a chance.
So do you got any thoughts on this stuff, Dan? I know you took very extensive notes on every single team that's drafted this season.
See, I actually did. And one of my notes for Greg's team, I was like, I don't know what your big hitter is going to be other than Venusaur, and motherfuck, he found it. Like, just straight up. I'm like, okay, you know, he's a pretty like well-rounded team. Thwacky's a little questionable in my eyes. As what is he, a tier 3?
No, he's a tier 4. He's low.
He's a tier 4. Okay, never mind. There you go. No, okay, that's good then. But I mean, like his team was lacking some firepower. I mean, his offensive threats realistically are Torkoal, Magnezone, and Venusaur.
Yeah.
And to me, that's not really enough. And then just G-Darmanitan's just like, hey, I'm gonna hit shit.
When he had Porygon 2, I do feel like he was, just not that threatening offensively. Porygon 2 is a solid mon. He just needed more offense behind it, but he just pure swapped it for offense. And Trevenant is neat, but I do think Aromatisse offers a lot more value. I've been raving about Aromatisse and Musharna in that tier 3 slot because I think both of them are very good.
Musharna as a tier 3 is insane.
Aromatisse does basically all the same things Musharna does. It's just a slightly less bulky. But Aromatisse has better abilities. It has Healer, which I think is a 30% chance to heal your ally from a status move, which I don't think is that great. It also has Aroma Veil.
Yeah.
So
taunt, heal block, attract, disable.
Which is a really good, really good ability.
Yeah, it's really solid. Like, taunts are going to be a big thing, and Aromatisse not being able to be taunted, so it can guarantee that Trick Room that it has, or it can guarantee some screens. Like, Aromatisse is a big utility mon. So it's got
Aromatisse
Trick Room, screens, Ally Switch, Heal Pulse. It's a good mon.
It was going to be mine I was going to pick. It was on my list for like drafting, but I also saw that another mine was getting chosen out of the list, like Togetic. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take it. So that was my backup mine when it came to that. But yeah, Aromatisse with that nice ability, really good moves to help out other Pokemon. It's going to be a problem.
It actually doesn't have like absurdly bad. Like, I mean, 99 special attack's not nothing.
Yeah, it's not nothing. And Moonblast as your stab is pretty strong. A stab Moonblast is a strong move. It might even want to use Dazzling Gleam in doubles.
I was going to say, Dazzling Gleam's going to be, no, for sure. You want to hit both if you can.
One final note I do want to point out is that Greg does have the slowest Pokemon in the league. In Torkoal.
Oh, he does.
And Aromatisse is tied for the second slowest Pokemon in the league. So Greg's Trick Room does look like it has potential. So just throwing that out there. And Palisand,
I was gonna say
probably a top 10 slowest as well.
Don't sleep on Palisand, man. I already see what he has here. So he has Excelgor and Palisand.
Yeah.
Water compaction with Water Shuriken.
Yeah.
Oh dear lord. Especially if he can Dynamax that, get that defense boost, that's fucking scary.
Yeah, he was mentioning that he hoped people didn't know that tech, and then everyone started talking about that tech, and he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we know. But on the other side, we do have Ian, who is probably the most experienced in doubles out of all the participants. He knows a lot of the little techs that he likes to use, so I look at that Purloin, and I expect that Purloin to be a little troll on Ian's team.
It's gonna be a pain in the ass. I only have 2 notes. Well, actually, I have 3 notes on Ian's team.
Yeah.
Because I just did very quick lookovers and quick notes. Togekiss can suck my ass, and G-Snorlax good. And then I gave every team a rating, and this is my team rating for Ian.
Oh my God.
Schultze Schlurp down out of 10.
That's a pretty good rating. I'm sure he'll love to hear that for the 1000th
Oh, he's
time.
gonna love it.
I also wanted to point out, I don't think, a lot of these teams are not how I expected they turn out. We've left a lot on the board, like Dusclops is still on the board. A lot of Intimidators were left on the board. Like, Ian's got his Intimidator and Gyarados.
How is Tyranitar and Excadrill undrafted?
Tyranitar, Excadrill undrafted. There's no rain teams. You're right now, Dan. You're looking at the only weather team in the league.
Yeah, the Sun. Which I mean, in doubles, Sun's really strong.
Yeah, Sun
especially
is
with
super
Venusaur.
Strong. Especially with Venusaur. G-Max Venusaur on that.
Yeah.
G-Max Venusaur has that G-Max move that has residual damage over 4 turns. It takes it takes a huge chunk out of your team if it lasts all 4 turns. So, yeah, Ian got a ridiculously good mount in Togekiss. G-Max Snorlax is really solid. And I know Ian's going to be able to do a bunch of stuff with it, and I know he's just got a bunch of little secret techs hidden in here. Raichu's a good mon. He's got a good Intimidator. We'll see what he does with it.
Very impressive, this team.
Also, Gourgeist is really solid, and the fact that it can be any of those speeds is always super interesting. Like, if Ian wanted to, he could run max speed Gourgeist and outspeed everything but Excelgor on Greg's team. The Thwacky pick, I don't dislike. I think it's fine.
I don't, but that's exactly it. It's fine. I thought it was a tier 3. As a tier 4, that's good.
And now that he's dropped P2, it does open up Eviolite, because we are playing where you can only have one of each item on a team. So Eviolite has now been opened up. If you wanted to put Eviolite on Thwacky, just make it a little bulkier, he can. And it's just there for the terrain. He does have Unburdened Excelgor and Unburdened Drifblim there.
Yeah.
So he's got some things going with that. Now we can go ahead and look at the next matchup. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to the next matchup. And
snap, it's me!
This one features you, so I'm going to let you start off, Raul. How do you feel about your team? How do you feel about Evan's team?
I feel like Evan was trying to copy me.
Copy you, but first?
I was going to say, didn't he draft first?
Yeah, but the thing is, I told him, I said, hey man, you can copy my homework, but make sure it's not too obvious, He's like, yeah, I got you. But honestly, it's kind of funny that we both had the same idea for our first 2 picks. I didn't expect it at all. I did expect G-Max Boom to be taken right away, which it did, but it didn't really put a stop to my drafting plans. I like my team a lot, and I'm really excited to use it for this off season.
I think your team's pretty cool.
It's solid, man. You've got, with Drampa and Hat, you've got really good Trick Room coverage.
Yeah.
And with Cinderace and Hawlucha, it's like, if you get your terrain set up and Hawlucha comes in, your opponent has to pick what kills something, because something's dying.
Even Scolipede is a solid threat on its own that can start ticking off. You obviously have a Follow Me Pokemon in Togetic, which is almost invaluable in doubles.
And what I also like, I have a little bit of everything for like when it comes to like double battling. If I really want like a really fast, hard hitting team, boom, I got it. If I want like a team that's perfect for Trick Room, right? Like Dan said, perfect.
Yeah.
And then in Togetic, like you said, that's Follow Me. It's gonna be a problem, and I already see people already hating it so much.
It's fucking annoying, is what it is.
Yes, it is.
Lantern will even have its niche uses that I think you'll get a lot of value out of. I think Lantern's a really solid low tier Pokemon for doubles.
So my quick notes for your team, Raul: Grassy Glide go burr, Cinderace go burr, Hack go burr, Togetic thick, and then your rating is Cinderace and Rillaboom out of 10.
Ooh, that's
I
a
love
good
it.
rating. Now,
It's a good
with
rating.
that- With that rating, I want to know what Evan's rating is, Dan. Why don't you go over there?
Evan's right. So my notes for Evan's team: Grassy Glide go burr, Cinderace go burr, Clefable. I think Clefable is fine. I think Clefairy is just better for doubles.
I was just gonna ask
Yeah,
you, what are your
yeah,
thoughts
yeah.
on Clefable over Clefairy?
I would much rather go for the natural, just Friend Guard. I think I like the idea of wanting to be more offensive with Clefable,
Yeah.
but Friend Guard's such a good ability.
Yeah.
Because you don't even have to do anything, and everything just takes less damage.
Yeah. I mean, it's so much bulkier and it supports the team.
Mhm.
And the thing is, I get that you'd want it to be more offensive, but I mean the rest of your team, your Cinderace, your Rillaboom, your Flapple, your Caparaja, I mean those are offensive. Your Sniper
Yeah.
Octillery, your Super Luck Unpheasant, like you've got offensive.
Mhm.
And even if you have something that's defensive, like Clefairy, that you don't expect a lot of damage coming out of Clefairy, things like Helping Hand to boost your big hitters like
Yeah.
make up for that and more.
So just think this: if you put Miracle Seed on Rillaboom in terrain with his Gmax move with Helping Hand,
That
I don't
like,
care
you-
what's taking that.
You can
That's at least
protect.
70%.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can
and
protect and you're still taking 50.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't fucking matter.
You might die if you
Yeah.
through the protect. Yeah, I mean it's insane. To me, when I look at Clefable, because I don't really like the offensive threat is one thing. For me, the only reason I'd want Clefable is the unaware, just in case you are just protecting yourself from some really unexpected setup that you
Yeah.
can't see coming. Like it's just a safety blanket for that. It's the only thing I could see.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll see what he does with it. Evan usually knows what he's doing, so
And then
Yeah.
Evan's rating here was Rillaboom and Cinderace out of 10.
Yeah, I
so
was wondering-
very similar
yeah.
to Raul's, but
Similar
backwards.
rating. I think Evan's team is pretty good. He has a lot of middling speed.
So we can't. So you look at Hitmonlee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that speed stat's a lie.
Yeah.
Just double it.
Yeah.
Just double it.
I'm just talking like Rillaboom to Clefable. Even Octillery isn't the greatest Trick Room on at 45.
Mm-hmm.
So like Evan's Trick Room is realistically Slowbro Caparaja, which I'm not super impressed with, but it could do something. Like Assault Vest Caparaja.
Caparage is volatile, man.
Yes.
If you aren't prepped for it, that thing can mess you up.
Yeah, I just feel like people would end up prepping for it, but it could work. I think it would be most threatening if he sets up a Trick Room and Caparaja is like Assault Vested in maxes and, just takes advantage of his coverage. Because Caparaja has a lot of coverage.
I think it's play rough. Why does it get play rough?
It gets Power Whip.
It's stupid.
I
It
think
gets so much coverage.
Outrage.
Yeah,
It's like a Gen 1 mon.
Yeah,
it's straight up.
Weird coverage moves.
And everyone was all about Unpheasant at that low tier. It's just good value for the tier. And then
I hate looking at things.
Evan took his boy Luxray. So Evan does get his Intimidator at a value pick with Luxray. So
T-Wave.
we'll see what it does. But we're going to scroll down to the third matchup, the penultimate matchup. We've got the Safari Zone Wheels, which, do not be mistaken, this is not Cheryl. This is Jake standing in for president of the team, Cheryl, versus Lauren. Now, I'm not going to have a whole lot to say about these teams. I think they're pretty cool. I think Lauren, hands down, has the cutest team in the whole league.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like adorable.
For sure.
And
then there's Dracovish.
yeah, and then there's like put your hand over Dracovish, like put him in the back.
Put a bag over his head.
Yeah, and then your team's so adorable.
Yeah.
And to me, Jake's team is the most confusing of all the teams.
Jake Jake as a person confuses the fuck out of me. This is a guy that joined our league, and I don't remember what, I was trying to remember over the past couple days what it was, but there was some, like, borderline, not, I don't want to say basic, but, like, introductory level thing about Pokemon that he had no fucking clue was even a thing.
Yeah.
I think it was burn having damage, or physical
having your
damage.
attack?
Yeah, he didn't know that, but then all of a sudden he turns around and picks Riolu and Dragapult, and I'm like, what are you? What? How do you know these strats?
What
But-
are you?
Like,
I'm pretty
because my notes is just Dragapult's annoying because, God, that thing is fucking frustrating to deal with in doubles. Because it even think about it in singles and how many things it can run,
Yeah.
and then think of its support moves, which is a lot. It gets really fucking annoying. Colossal go burr. If that thing gets steam engine and weakness policy, fucking GG. Wheezing, my favorite low tier pick. Neutralizing gas is fucking busted. That ability is busted.
I agree. Yeah, neutralizing gas
Yes.
is super solid, and if you can get it on regular wheezing, I mean, I think that's a solid budget pick.
Yeah. I mean, for instance, Dracovish comes in, Wheezing comes in. I'm suddenly very less afraid of Dracovish.
Yeah.
I am confused why he has Skarmory and
And Corviknight.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the general consensus is that he's probably going to try to do some weak armor stuff with Skarmory that you can't do with Core, like one time, and that's about it.
That sounds like a
he's
Jake thing to do.
He's probably
As
gonna be
of-
really unpredictable.
As of this recording, he has not requested a trade. If he does request a trade, maybe I'll mention it in the comments or something, but this is his team right now. I always like to look at, top end speed, which he's got Dragapult, Rabombi, really fast, and then bottom end speed for Trick Room. Colossal and Bronzong are pretty slow, and I think they could do well in Trick Room.
I think those are
Now-
two very good Trick Room mons.
Yeah, now Bronzong does get Trick Room, right? I'm not mistaken for thinking that?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And that moves me into talking about Lauren's team. I don't think Lauren's team is very prepared for any Trick Room at all.
Yeah. No, exactly. For sure.
So, yeah, so I mean, what could be funny is Jake could run Trick Room, Fishious Rend, Arctovish.
Yeah. I was gonna say. So, I think Arctovish is gonna fucking eat this matchup.
Which is
Um,
actually kind of hilarious to me.
Yeah. I mean, you could even. Well, the thing is, so. This is going up after the battle, so. Something I was thinking, I'm like, man, it'd be really fucking funny if you just give Dracovish Heavy Ball or Iron Ball and negative speed nature,
Yeah.
and just like, hey, Trick Room, whatever, fuck, he's still slower.
You could, I don't know if that would be the best idea, because I don't know if Jake is gonna run that, and also,
Yeah.
this is gonna go out before the battle.
Oh, well.
It goes out after the trade announcements, but it'll go out before the battle. So all that's out in the air. Everyone heard it. So I don't know if it's the most sneaky strategy anymore.
You didn't hear shit.
I might edit.
Well,
it
we're
out,
gonna get
honestly.
3 views on this video, it's fine.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, big 3 views. I'm gonna edit for I'm gonna dedicate a whole hour and a half of work for 3 views. This is my life.
My
Anyway.
rating for Jake is Jake continues to confuse me out of 10.
Yeah, that's a good rating. I think it's a solid rating. Riolu, I want to see do work. I was telling Ian, at one point this season, I want to see Riolu and Purloin standing, like, looking at each other. Just these two little bipedal animals just looking at each other awkwardly. I just want to see it. It'd be hilarious to me. Lopunny actually has
scares
some,
me.
Lopunny has some neat stuff it can do. I want to see what Jake does with it. I don't know if Jake is aware of it and that's why he picked it, or what. I don't. This is the thing with I don't know how informed Jake is on everything, so we'll see.
It's been a while, so Jake might have some surprises for us.
Whimsicott's really sick. Pikachu can paralyze everything. Dracovish go burr. We'll see what Lauren does with it.
So, my notes for Lauren. Cute team. Whimsicott, Togedemaru Nuzzle, make Dracovish go burr. Guts Flareon, Speed Boost Ninjask. Not to me, I don't think she has enough support. She's got some good support. I think mainly it's just she needs more Trick Room support
Yeah.
to kind of just be ready for that.
Trick Room threats that can deter Trick Room.
And
We'll
then
see.
If she could drop Flareon or Beware or even Blade All for some like a strong Pokemon with base 30 speed. I know there are some available. Would probably help the team.
And her rating is Dracovish in a league with only 1 Water Absorber out of 10.
Isn't Arctovish? Doesn't he have Water Absorb?
Yeah, whatever.
So 2 Water Absorbers. Let's scroll back up. Hold on.
I have one.
Oh, Lantorn. Yeah.
Lantorn,
okay.
another
All right.
Water
Out of
Absorber.
2, whatever. We're not going to count Arctovish because he's not going to run Water Absorb. He's going to run Strong Jaw.
Strong Jaw. All right, and we are going to move into the final matchup, which is Sachet versus Nick. Now, Nick, we know Nick was going to go unconventional because he's here to have fun and not to win. So,
what a great mindset.
I mean, I feel like that's the mindset to go into and have an enjoyable time.
This is Pokemon. We don't have fun. What are you talking about?
Thoughts on Nick's team first?
I really like that Comfy pick he has, and for a minute, I was surprised that no one has taken Gigantamax Urshifu.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one took
I think
Gigantamax Urshifu,
like,
but
my biggest surprise is Grimmsnarl Gmax didn't get picked.
yeah, that too.
That thing's a fucking terror.
I really despise that Gigantamax Butterfree.
I love Gmax Butterfree. It is not good, but it is also very good at the same time.
Nick, so my thing about maxes like that, I guess Butterfree is not exactly what I'm going to describe here. But Pokemon that are, good in Gmax, but only in Gmax, feel almost like a hindrance because it feels like you have to max it or else it's shitty.
It's just dead weight.
But Butterfree has some merit. It can sleep powder and whatnot, even without maxing. So there's merit in doubles. Nick took Urshifu, Wicked Blow Urshifu, Single Strike Urshifu, that he has decided to name Wicked Smart, which I think is a movie reference in a Boston accent. He's supposed to be wicked smart. I don't know what you're ewing at, but
oh, I thought you said Wicked Snot.
No, smart, like smart. And then he had to take Gothitelle, who we know what he calls it, and I just don't get it, and I think he should just stop calling it that, but he's not going to.
Wait, what did he call it?
He calls it he can never call it Gothitelle. He has to call it Big Titty Goth Girlfriend.
Yeah, Big Titty Goth GF. That's my rating. Every goth girl has big tits. It's law.
All right, we're gonna move on.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna ignore that.
So, I will say Urshifu. People are sleeping on Urshifu, man. That thing's strong in doubles.
The fact that you can't protect against it is insane to me.
That's huge, and it always crits. So hey, nice setup, nerd. Hold this.
Yeah. He took Skuntank because he believed Skuntank was one of the best tier 4s. He didn't want to get stuck with a shitty tier 4.
Best cry in the game.
Same with Doublade. It just farts.
Mm-hmm.
Tangela.
Best cry in the game.
Tangela I think is really solid. Tangela obviously has Rage Powder to redirect. I also think Rhydon is really solid. Especially good for Trick Room. Obviously, just like Rhyperior. The thing is, Nick's going to have to decide if Tangela is holding Eviolite or Rhydon is holding Eviolite, because they both can't.
Ooh, yeah.
And I think...
Double 8 too.
Yeah, and Double 8 too. He's got a lot of Eviolite mons. He's got to decide what's going on. He might just sash
which one of you three wants
or
it?
Something. I don't know. Or just ban Rhydon for big Trick Room plays, but... I don't... Oh, he does have a Trick Room set on Gothitelle, but Gothitelle herself is not good in Trick Room.
Yeah, she's in that very awkward middle tier.
It's just it's such a tough speed tier.
And even his team it's pretty slow, but it's pretty much his whole team's in that awkward tier. Because his fastest mon's 100 base speed. That's really not that fast.
And Comfey often won't have full speed investment because it has priority. Yeah.
So he's got a very slow team to work with here, and not a whole lot of good Trick Room mons. So I'm curious how that's going to work out for him.
One of the things about Rhydon, because I was Raul's consultant for his draft picks, and he was choosing between Rhydon and Marowak, basically, for that tier, for a hard-hitting mon that can be used in Trick Room. Marowak's a little faster, but I think Marowak offered something that Rhydon couldn't, in that Marowak will basically hold an item that no one else ever wants to hold. So that just kind of frees up the slot, and it does as much damage as like a banded Rhydon could. It does more damage than Rhydon, basically.
Last thing,
sorry,
dude.
Sorry, go for it.
Gastrodon's a pain in the ass to kill.
Ooh.
That mon is just continually going to be... That thing is just a pain in the ass.
I'm going to plant a little seed in Nick's mind here. Nick, you can take Cramorant and spam Surf with your Gastrodon out. Think about it. Just think about it. It's free Surfs.
And we'll let it sit. Hold on.
Yep.
Let's let it sit.
Yep.
Now double down.
Now, you just spam Surf, you get Storm Drain going, and you get your little fishy in the mouth. You're doing everything. Think about it. Anyway.
Think about it.
To Zashay's team. I know Zashay is very happy with a lot of stuff.
He's got the boy!
He does got
He's
the boy.
got the boy!
I gotta say, I know it's not, like, setup is not extremely popular in doubles, but when you have a follow me mon, and mons that become a huge problem after one turn of setup, I think I could see it happening.
I was gonna say, let me tell you what doesn't fucking matter when you're around Indeedee.
Like,
And Indeedee's on your side of the field. It doesn't fucking matter.
And he's got Sableye too, who's another solid Pokemon for utility.
That thing's gonna be fucking annoying too.
Quash is so annoying.
Quash is so good. I remember my first encounter with Quash. I was just like, "What the fuck did you just do to me?" And I went into the chat and showed out. I'm like, "Motherfucker, what was that?"
He's got Mudsdale there. I think he mostly has Mudsdale to deter Trick Room. I don't think he plans on using his own Trick Room.
Mudsdale's a beast.
Mudsdale is a beast.
If that thing gets stamina going, oh boy.
And he's got his own little Unburden going with Evil in his terrain.
It's fine, guys.
It's
fine. It's fine.
So one thing I want everyone to keep their eyes on is Noctile, because he has been raving about Noctile, and I want to see it do big things. I know I'm not saying it can, but he's raving about it, and I want to see.
Like, I know a couple things it can do. I'm just kind of sitting here. I'm like, are you? I mean, I guess some of these things that I can see you're planning on. It's got good coverage, but I don't know. We're neglecting the threat. Blastoise. That thing's gonna fucking eat this season.
Yeah, I think
that thing
is sick.
It's so fucking strong.
G-Max
Shell Smash is so good on that thing.
Oh no, yeah, G-Max Shell Smash. That's just it's gonna be like a pain in the ass.
So, you got a rating for this team, Dan?
Z out of 10. That's the only rating that matters, because that's the only mon that matters on this team, because he got the boy. And Nick's rating is Goth GF out of 10.
Goth GF out of 10. All right. Well, now we're gonna get into the final section here, and we're gonna move through it pretty quick, I think. This season, Dan and I are both going to be recording our predictions for every matchup each week, and we're gonna see who makes the best predictions throughout the season. We're gonna keep prediction record. So it's gonna be Dan versus me versus our guest speaker of each week. All you guys are gonna work together, so you gotta pull your weight here, Raul.
We're already at an 0-4 for guests.
So we're gonna start off nice and easy. We don't have to say too much about it. But Dan, you got the Quillfish versus the Dracovish. Who you taking?
As much as I want to say Ian, I really think that just Sun is too strong. I'm gonna go with the Dracovish. I think G Venusaur in the Sun's just way too fucking strong.
Okay.
And especially with Darmanitan, there's a lot of offense Ian has to deal with.
Yeah, I think that our Darmanitan edition does make a better case for Greg. But I do think Ian has been around the block, and he knows about this Sun thing. He knows how he can handle it. And just for experience sake, I'm going to go with Ian. I think Ian's experience can carry him through this battle. Greg's got to get his feet wet first. So we'll see. Raul, that leaves you to break the tie between Dan and I. Who do you think's going to win?
Well, I'm going to take Ian in this because he, like you said, has experience with double battles, and I have no idea if Greg has any experience, but, yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, and I'm going to snake down, so that means, Raul, you go first. you versus Evan. What are your predictions and why?
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna win.
Okay.
Match. I'm feeling very confident with some setups I have for him. Some, like I said, rating my team and whatnot. I got some good, decent setup mons, fast mons that hit hard, and I got some mons that can kind of mess around with this trick room like a Slowbro. The Slowbro was like, it's gonna be like an issue, but I got a plan for that too.
All right. Well, best of luck. I don't want to, no disrespect, Raul, but I'm gonna go with Evan just because, just like Greg, you got to get your feet wet first, Raul.
That's fair.
And you guys are coming in with almost mirrored teams, to be honest. So I mean, you've got some things that I think play better, but I think your main components are pretty similar, and it'll come down to who knows how to use it better. And I think Evan might have a better understanding early on in the season. So for the sake of me trying to get the most right in my predictions, I'm going to go with Evan barely.
This dude's playing to win. No friendship.
I'm playing
no
to win.
friendship.
I'm going to throw you under the bus. I'm getting best prediction record.
That's fine. Let's keep it going.
All right, Dan, what do you think?
So on my notes, I did have Raul with this one because there's just so much offense. But after hearing Raul's case, I'm gonna go with Evan.
You're gonna go
Sorry,
with
buddy, you're not giving me a lot of confidence in you.
Raul, all you gotta do is prove us wrong, dude.
Yeah, we want to be wrong.
Yeah.
That's no problem. I can do it.
Just don't bring a bottle cap.
Don't bring a bottle.
Don't worry, we're not using Z.
We're not using Z moves, so no bottle caps. Now, I just don't want to be the first one to make a prediction on this next matchup. So Dan, what are your thoughts?
You're throwing me under the bus now, fuck.
Because this is a rough one.
So yeah, the biggest thing for me, I'm going with Jake here because Jake, no matter what I do or try to predict Jake, he does nothing of what I predicted. So I'm just gonna throw my hands in the air, just Jesus take the wheel. I'm saying Jake.
I'm gonna second your opinion for the exact same reasons. I feel like I can't discount Jake until I see what happens because he could be a savant, for all I know. Until he shows me otherwise, I'm just gonna assume that he's as good as possible. Because that's just kind of how Jake goes. Raul, what are your thoughts?
I'm in a tough spot because
Simp.
No, it's not even that because like wait, what? Screw you. You know what, Jake? I'm going to go with Jake.
Wow, you just got pressured into going for Jake.
No, I didn't. It's because, like you said, some of her mons they are kind of like in the same round, like speed tier, and not good against like Trick Room.
And moving on to next week, I'm gonna put myself first because it's the easiest one for me to predict.
This motherfucker over here.
I'm gonna predict the Zeds to win this next.
Wait, what order is this? Why are we going wrong? We're staking up until this point?
Yes, correct. This is my show. I do what I want.
Oh God, he's got power. Drunk with power, episode 1. Love it.
Yeah, I just wanted to switch it up. You know, I gotta be first sometime.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lead off. I'm gonna say Zeshe's gonna win this one. Zeshe, I think, has a team built to win more than Nick does, and I think Zeshe has more experience in doubles than Nick does. Dan or Raul, either one of you.
I'd say Zashay too.
All right, guess say Zeshe as well.
Saving the best for last here, baby.
All right, give us your thoughts, Dan.
It's gonna be Zashay, because not the X factor, because the Z factor.
Oh,
this man drafted his logo, his favorite mon. He's gonna make Porygon Z proud.
He's gonna make
also,
Porygon
fuck
Z
Nick.
proud. All right, well, I guess that does it for us this week. We don't have any results or past matches to look at, but we will next week, so make sure you tune in. With that, we're gonna thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Get more of Dan and I every week.
The one you know you love to see and hear.
Catch you guys later.